Radhe Radhe and Happy Navratri to everyone. Today is Saturday, 5th October 2024, and here we are to present to you this recap video for today's Bhagavad Gita study session. Along with me, of course, here is Mummy.
Radhe Radhe.
So as you all know, we covered quiz 1 and the one quiz for chapter 9 to really walk through all of our understanding and takeaways of the full chapter 9 journey that we've taken the past few months. So we'll talk about that momentarily. Of course, as we did at the start of class and always do for each chapter, we also had different participants read a paragraph each of the introduction to chapter 9, which again, hopefully many of you are familiar with, that is also a summary of the chapter. So we encourage you once again to go back to the book by Swamiji, Bhagavad Gita, the Song of God, and read the introduction to chapter 9, 3 paragraphs, which help you understand what ends up being unfolded in chapter 9. For this recap video, now the rest of it, Mummy and I will talk about one question each that was either interesting to us or intriguing or sparked some good discussion. And of course, we encourage you to go through all the quiz questions, which as always, these slides, etc., are available. If you look at the description to this video, you'll go to the free community portal and be able to access all this material there. So please do try that, review regularly, and enhance your understanding. The question I am going to talk about is question 7, which is this one here on the screen. When great souls engage in devotion to Sri Krishna, how do they repair their minds? It's something that a lot of us are very familiar with, and we learned in chapter 9, and we may have seen it in lectures or discourses as well. Really just, the pun on the word repair here being in double quotation marks. I know we had some good conversation on that and steered participants to see that, okay, repair ends up being maybe maintain, or even better, it means fix. And then fix, of course, a different use of that word. So the answer being, of course, they fix their minds exclusively on Sri Krishna. There were related answers as well that people gave, such as exclusive devotion, surrender, Ananya Bhakti, of course. All that, again, the precise words here end up being in Sri Krishna's, words and Swamiji's commentary, that they fix their minds exclusively on Sri Krishna. So that is inspiring for us to learn from great souls who are engaging in devotion to Sri Krishna. Mommy, I'm going to hand it to you because I believe you're going to talk about question 13.
Yeah, so I love this question because Sri Krishna says that even though society scorns you, you're not liked by the society. Don't worry about that. Only go into refuge of Sri Krishna. Take Sharan of Sri Krishna. He changes even the vilest sinners. Krishna, once they take a firm resolve and they go into Sharan of Sri Krishna changes them to virtuous and pure. In our daily prayer from Kripaluji Maharaj, where he says that we know as humans, we know ki, hey, Ishwar, oh God, you are waiting for us. You have extended your arms and with loads of love on your face, you are waiting. But we human beings are busy in this material world. We don't know how to come into your sharan, come into your refuge. That is what we have to remind ourselves, that we take sharan of Sri Krishna and then everything will be taken care of, because once we are in his sharan, he is so loving, so affectionate, and then he does not mind that you were a sinner or you never remembered him. We have this example of Valmiki, that even when he was remembering God's name in the reverse order, Mara, 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 Ram, Ram, Mara, Mara, Mara became Ram Ram. He went into God's refuge, God's Sharan, and then he transformed him to a great saint. So basically, this is what we have to learn. This is what Krishna is telling us in this chapter, that he is the one, he is the supreme, everything dwells in him. All, he's the creator, he's the sustainer. All we have to do is to go into his sharan, in his refuge, and fix our minds exclusively on him. And the last verse, then he says, Man mana bhav mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. What does that mean? The act of humble obeisance, that neutralizes vestiges of egotism. Even when we do devotion, that egotism comes. We have to that also leave aside and pay our humble obeisance to Sri Krishna, and thus for free from pride, with the heart immersed in the devotion, we'll have to learn to dedicate all our thoughts and actions to the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. And that is where he says that Bhakti Yoga is the best path to God realization. With that, over to you, Gagan.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mummy. So that indeed sums up what the key takeaways are for chapter 9 and how, again, we get inspired by all this to keep continuing on our journeys, regardless of where we currently are or previously were or where we so-called started from. So again, very, very encouraging and inspiring. With that, yes, as Mummy said, we have truly completed chapter 9, and we shall keep going on with that journey. There may be a tiny gap of a couple of weeks. So, as always, stay connected through the various social media portals, the community portal, and groups, etc. Most likely, the next class will be Saturday, 26th October 2024, because the 2 weekends between now and then, we'll be having some special satsangs with Swamiji and Bhakti Kirtan retreat, lots of being immersed in devotion as a whole community. Regardless, please stay connected and be aware through the different channels from where you get your updates and news for all of these classes. Happy Navratri once again. Thank you, of course, for the chapter 9 journey. And till we meet next time, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.